How turned off are you when it comes to time management and planning out your time? Do you immediately jump to thinking that it's really rigid and controlling and not fun? Don't worry, I won't get offended. I totally understand where you're coming from. That's probably one of the biggest factors that came into play when you realized that you wanted to start an online business so you could be flexible and travel the world and do whatever you wanted, nap at 2 p.m. So of course you experience some friction when it comes to time blocking and planning and goal setting and all of those things. But let me know if this also resonates. Time keeps flying by. You spend way longer on tasks than you want to spend on them. You have no idea what you actually accomplished at the end of the day. You feel overwhelmed. You feel scattered. You have no idea what is even happening, and you end up not feeling good at the end of the day. Let me know if you are stuck in that cycle or if you resonate by hitting the like button below. Do you ever wish that there was just this magic solution to getting everything done, managing your time effectively, and still doing it without being rigid, hard, inflexible, over planning, over scheduling? Then you are in the right place. If this is your first time watching my videos, I'm Becca Rich. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am a holistic time management coach. I help entrepreneurs spend their time and energy intentionally so they can have it all: a successful business, time freedom today, and feeling fulfilled at the end of it. So let's just dig right in. The first thing that I want to mention is a mindset shift. As you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos before, I am big in the first step talking about what is our mindset here, what is actually happening. Today's mindset shift is, if you are an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, online or offline, you have to manage your time. Like, that's it. Your time is everything. Your time is how you make your business happen. It's your life, it's your money, it's your family, it's your humanity too. So if you want to be a CEO of your business and change the world and do it where you still feel human and you enjoy your life, you need to know how to manage your time properly, effectively, and in a way that is for you, not just to burn yourself out. There's no way around this. So really, that's the reason why I created this video today for you. I want you to be in the flow and flexible and having fun when it comes to managing your time, not overwhelming and rigid and structured and inflexible. Since you're CEO now, you need to manage your time by time blocking your entire to-do list in your calendar. If you're writing a to-do list and not putting it in your calendar, that is one huge mistake that I see from entrepreneurs on the regular. I actually just recently released a video that is the 3 things that you miss when you write a to-do list. So make sure that you go over and watch that video after this one, because you'll want to find out what the other 2 things that you probably miss when you write a to-do list. After you've scheduled your entire to-do list in your calendar, to be more intuitive and flexible and in the flow about it, you'll need to leave gaps and room for things to move around. So this is my calendar. I have a morning routine. I have my working hours, which is 9 to 11:30. I sometimes have a meeting with my VA, and then I have lunch. And then for the rest of the day, I have those gaps where I can just move things around and do whatever I want to do. One of the best things that I've done for myself personally, and I help my clients with, is actually leaving gaps in your calendar where you just ask yourself, what do I need right now to feel more energized or feel more alive, feel more creative? You can ask yourself, what does my family need? What does my partner need right now? What does a friend need from me right now? So it doesn't just need to be you. It could be, what does my house need right now? Yes, by leaving gaps in your calendar, you will probably realize that there will be less to-dos on your physical calendar on a day-to-day basis, but I promise you that you are going to get so much more done when you leave gaps in your calendar to be able to move things around and make sure that you are still being human and taking care of yourself. Another thing that I'll mention around the gaps, if you tend to overwork and work through them and not follow the gaps, you can actually time block that time. And you would label that event as, let the universe tell me what I need to do, or you can name it, what do I need? So because you have gaps in your calendar now and you have some free time and you're more energized and motivated, when life gets in the way, or you just feel like changing and moving things around, literally all you have to do is just drag a time block or two around. So you're still making sure that you have time to get everything on your calendar done that week without bagging it or pushing it to next week or forgetting about it completely. Yes, I see you. And it's honestly not more complicated than what I just said. Moving things when you feel like sleeping in, because sleeping in is okay. It is productive to rest and take care of yourself. So the next thing that I want to mention is honoring yourself. So I'm sure you've probably had moments where you had it on a time block or on your to-do list to write something or create something, and you did not feel like creating it. I mean, how do you honor time blocks when there's creativity and energetics involved? I have 2 strategies for you, okay? So the first strategy is honoring yourself. When you don't feel like doing something, is it because you're tired, you're hungry, maybe you're lonely or sad, upset about something? Honor it. Honor your feelings. Don't work through them. Most likely, if you work through them, that energy is going to be associated with that piece that you created. So this is a great time to check in with yourself. What do you need to move through that feeling? If you're tired, take a nap. If you're hungry, make yourself some lunch. If you're sad about something, journal about it. Talk to a friend. Do whatever you need to do to refill your tank and take care of yourself. Grinding through feelings and hustling through feelings and human needs are the best way to store that feeling in your body, which will create problems later down the road. None of us want that. So just take some time for yourself, honor yourself. This is the real self-care practice here. And I have to remind myself of this so often, so I'm reminding you here as well. You are human. You are supposed to have feelings. You are supposed to be tired and hungry and go to the bathroom and have needs. So the other strategy number 2, when you don't feel like doing something, this is for my Steven Pressfield fans, I'm a huge fan of The War of Art, is not wanting to do the task, resistance, or fear, which is totally different than feeling sad or tired or hungry. As aspiring or already entrepreneurs, we need to separate fear from taking action. That resistance and that fear that comes along with taking action, split them up. Put them in different categories or different sides of your brain. This is crucial for your business's success. So if you're struggling to be creative and do something and it's fear or resistance, set a 25-minute timer and you'll pick something that you are resisting or you're fearing and break it down super small. So what can you actually accomplish in 25 minutes? If it's recording yourself for a YouTube video, what do you need to do to record a YouTube video? Outline the script, right? Probably one of the first steps, or do some research. So set a 25-minute timer and just go for it and figure out what that first step is and make it as small as possible. When that 25-minute timer is up, you are going to probably be in the flow and you're gonna wanna continue it and you're gonna kind of like push through, snowball through that initial fear or resistance. So when you feel like not doing something, check in with yourself. Which one is it? Human needs or resistance? Does it need to be processed or does it need to be worked through? And after you've scheduled your to-do list in your calendar and left gaps to move things around and maybe work through some of the fear and resistance, then you're gonna want to make sure that you have time to rest and play and have fun. Because really that is why our brains don't want us to be this rigid planner kind of like structured person. It wants to like feel rebellious and play and have fun. But it's hard as humans to do that, especially when we have a to-do list that is miles long and never ending when you are starting a business. It is equally as important as writing a to-do list and scheduling it in and doing all of those things as it is keeping track of all the things that you have done. We all need to recognize and celebrate all of the hard work that we do on a day-to-day basis, whether it's just taking care of ourselves, showering, eating breakfast, and working on our business towards our bigger overall goals. Because our brains really love to forget all of the things that we do. Celebrating the things that you have done is rewiring your brain to a more abundant state. So it's going to feel weird or maybe a little bit hard or some of that resistance like I talked about earlier at first, but when you continue to do it, it's going to just change your world. It rocked mine when I started doing it a few years ago. If you want to learn more about how to actually reward and celebrate yourself, then you'll definitely want to watch this video next, because I go through how to actually celebrate and make time and give you over 10 ideas on how to celebrate yourself without spending a single dime.